awesome. What kind of art did you do before you got into stained glass?
Actually, we have a scientific background. I was trained as a chemical engineer, and I found that, I needed to do something creative. So, I would work during the day as an engineer, and then I'd come home at night and want to, do something creative. And so we ended up, getting into stained glass and then, designing a lot of pieces. And from that, I moved out of my engineering consulting into working with the woven glass.
And my degree is in biology, so I really like to bring the natural aspect of nature, the animals, the skulls, the things like that to our art, and really focus on getting some accuracy, making them to scale, making them, look. We try to make them as big as possible, but we still want them to look exactly like they would in as far as size and style as they would in nature. And I think it's been really important for us to use our science backgrounds to help us create the techniques that we have within the weaves, because it takes an incredible amount of patience. We have thousands of pages of notes, all the colors, as we mentioned before, that we've created, we've had to keep track of, and we're always having to experiment with new forms of the weave. So we always have to go back and be able to read our notes and redo an experiment so that we can try to either reproduce something we've already done or make sure we don't reproduce something that didn't work.
And we have a really cool piece that we're debuting at this show as well. It's the red dragonfly.
It's 6.5 feet wide. It's almost 6 feet long. He sits right on the wall, holding onto the wall. We have some gorgeous metal feet made to hold the entire structure together. And in fact, we didn't finish his head with the glass eyes until when the truck left on Saturday. So we had to keep that behind. We're finished it already, and then it's going to go on the plane with us tomorrow, and we're going to hope that we can carry it on as a carry-on.
You're going to have to buy its own seat. You know that, right?
Maybe. But Red Dragonfly is really cool. Red Dragonfly, we're debuting that's our arthropoda collection that we're going to start doing giant insects. And Texas is the dragonfly capital of the United States. There's 200 species of dragonfly in Texas. So that's why we thought it was apropos to bring Red Dragonfly to Texas first.
I thought we were the mosquito capital. I've been here all my life, and I never knew about dragonflies. How did you guys decide on the kimono?
Well, what we did was we started a origami series a couple of years ago.
2008.
And if we want to actually show you here, one of our pieces is the peace crane.
Is that hanging on the ceiling?
Yes.
Yeah, it hangs over our dining room, our coffee table.
That is awesome.
We knew that we had to do a peace crane because the crane is the most recognizable origami shape. So this was the one we finished with that year in 2008. But we had sketches for a kimono, and we had never we weren't able to finish it because it took many years. Let's fix that there. It took us many years to well, not many years. It took us many months, I should say, about a year to actually prototype the size and all the colors that we had to do. And it took us about 6 months to actually weave the kimono together.
Yeah, and we really, it gives you a large canvas. Her arms are spread out, with the kimono pieces hanging down, and you can see the whole, winter landscape, and it's really cool.
What was the first kimono?
The first kimono was the Autumn Sunset kimono.
Okay, Autumn Sunset.
And for your viewers, they can actually go to wovenglass.com and see a picture of it to kind of see, what they'd be in store for if they go down to Austin and see the Winter Twilight one in person.
And then there'll be 2 more that follow it. There'll only be 4 in this series. They're all one-of-a-kind sculptures. The next one will be Spring Dawn, and then one after that is Summer Zenith. So it's a different time of the year and a different time of the day.
That is awesome. So the big show for the kimono, or the debut, is in Austin at the Haven Gallery?
That's right. This coming Saturday, the 13th of November, at 6 to 9 is the opening reception. We'll be there to meet everyone and unveil the kimono at that time.
And then you're coming, and it'll be on display for the month, right?
That's correct. With about 30 other of our sculptures, it's the largest exhibit that we've ever had. Our exhibit tends to get bigger every time every year we get more and more pieces, and we create new sculptures, and then we bring, a lot of our iconic favorites that people have liked from the past that may still be in limited edition. Most of our works are we have limited edition sculptures that we'll produce, maybe 15 of. And then our one-of-a-kind sculptures, like the kimono, the really big things, are just that, one-of-a-kind, the artist proofs that are for sale.
And then on December 11th, we're going to be doing an artist walkthrough at Haven Gallery in Austin. And what that's going to be is we're going to walk through the gallery, talk about each of the art pieces, talk about our inspiration. So for somebody that wants to, get a good feel for each of the pieces and actually, hear our inspiration, it's a good thing for them to come to. And what time is it, Thom?
It's 2:30 on Saturday, December 11th, and it's a little more intimate of a setting because it's during the day, and we walk through and talk about each of the pieces. Whereas at the reception, there's usually a lot more people, and we can't really talk about all the pieces. We just talk to individual people to meet them.
Oh, you guys going to try the barbecue while you're down there?
I think we did in January.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You've already had a little.
So if we get a chance one night, definitely.
Yeah, we love Austin. Texas is a really cool place. As you can see in the background, we have our desert skull, and we'll also be showing at the show our Texas Longhorn skull.
What? No way.
It's 48 inches wide. The horns, we made the glass look like they have diamonds encrusted in them. We did a real complicated process of casting the horns so that we could insulate the bottom of the cast so that the glass wouldn't melt all the way, but yet the top of it would. And so when we uncasted it, we got this crystallized effect in the front, which is really cool. And then because it's a Longhorn, we decided to give a nod to the Austin team, and we wove in some burnt orange color into the face of the skull, so it sort of gives a nod to the football team.
That is gonna be phenomenal.